folks, so this is the near end of summer here, and I wanted to show you that my Baker Creek seeds that made these lettuce leaf basil grow so well. Look at how big these leaves are, and they are so fragrant. I mean, so fabulous. And basil's my favorite herb. And I love herbs. I love rosemary and mint and all sorts of things. So this is growing really, really well. And you could even take one of these and make a wrap out of it. And what's growing really well even also is this African basil. It's one of the varieties I purchased also from Baker Creek. And over here, I believe it is the other African basil. It came up later. I'm not sure if it was dry because it's kind of set higher in elevation, so maybe the water came downwards this way towards these plants. But I labeled that one as the Nunum African basil. So let me just go over there and rub the leaf. It may not be, I'm not sure. It doesn't smell very basil-y, and the leaf is a little bit rough on one side and smoother on the other. Here are some green onions that I spawned from the grocery store. I just stuck the white part, the rooted part, in there. So this African basil variety is really well scented. If you rub it and you smell your hands, it smells like lemongrass. I mean, it has that citrusy smell, and it's growing really fantastic in this heat, and it's heat tolerant, very heat tolerant that's why I bought it, because we're down here in SoCal. And if you taste it, it's a little bitter and it has a little bit of a lemony taste at the end. So it's probably good for like some dishes like pesto and stuff. And this lettuce, it's so fragrant, and it has the basil taste too, and it's so big, and you can make wraps with it. Now over here it doesn't look so nice because I don't have the mulch covering it, and what I did this past spring was I took cuttings of chrysanthemums and I stuck them in the ground, and they rooted and made new plants. So I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, a lot more. I just they're kind of hidden in here. That was 4 mums, and 1, 2, 3, 4, more than 5 rose bushes that I've grown. This tomato plant volunteered itself, and it was doing great, and now it's starting to die off as it's cooling down here. And this, I believe, is fennel or anise. They make the same type of, I think it's fennel. Early in the season I threw some seeds randomly everywhere. And here's another variety of chrysanthemum, and it has cute little pinkish purple flowers, and it's growing fantastic. Look at all the flowers that are gonna come up, all these buds. There's the other rose. It's not looking too good, but it's gonna be beautiful. An update on my plumeria that I propagated, that I call the rainbow plumeria. It's got pink, yellow, and white, and a reddish color. It's gorgeous. So it did well. I just left it out for about 4 weeks to dry at the end, and I put a wax on it, stuck it in the dirt, and it's growing. If you guys have been following me, you know I am obsessed with growing papaya. So every time I grow the seedlings, there's some more. And I thought I was watering them too much, so I stopped watering them as much, and they all died. So now I'm starting to water them more, and apparently they like it. But also this area is shadier, so maybe that's what it was. I don't know. All I know is that when I got the actual plant from the store, I got a papaya plant from the store, a tree. On the back of it, it says water frequently for the first year, and then after something like the third year or something like that, then you can water it less frequently. And here is my loquat. You know, I grew it from the seed, and it was like about that tall, and then last year it was about 2 feet tall, and now it's about 3.5 feet tall. So it's growing really quick, and it is very heat sensitive because just a couple days where I didn't water it, about 3 days or so, and it started to dry up. And a problem that I'm having in my garden this year, which I did not see in previous years, I would see a couple grasshoppers, but this year every time I water the plants I find several grasshoppers of varying sizes and colors. This one pepper is doing fantastic. It is so tall. It's like 3 feet tall, and it's starting to cool off here, and it's gonna die off soon. I wish there was a way to keep them warm and keep them alive for the next year. I think this is the Anaheim chili. It did fantastic. And the shishito pepper chili did pretty good. And I have some volunteer. Oh, here's another grasshopper. See, they're everywhere. I can't seem to focus. There we go. So this is like either an apple or a pear type of tree, and it volunteered here, so I'm going to have to dig it up and put it elsewhere or give it to someone. And here's a passion fruit that the seed somehow got here, and it's growing. And I heard that passion fruit only live about 7 or 8 years, and then you have to replace them because they die off. So maybe I'll use one of my plants as a replacement, because I have several passion fruit. So this is what's changed here. I recently pulled out all the a couple brassicas, a lot of the mint. It had made what do you call it, runners down below. I had to pull up all the runners in this garden bed. My holy basil is kind of dying, going the wayside. It's too mature, and it had too many. It went to flower and seed, and I don't believe it's coming back. I think it's going to be dead. However, I'm just keeping it in there for now. And in here I put new soil and put in some tatsoi seeds, some pak choi, some brassica, and some green onions over there, because I love green onions. I put it in everything. So there's the pak choi label. And then I added eggshells that I didn't fully crush up. I just kind of crushed them in my hands. And over there I have some more papaya seedlings growing. Some more papaya seedlings growing. And this is where I grew my first batch successfully of papaya trees. And unfortunately, when we were wheelbarrowing mulch into the yard with the cart, some of my trees got damaged, so that one's pretty much dead. And there were about 7 here, or 6. This is the only remaining live one. And I mean, it's only a foot tall, so who knows if it'll make it. And then I successfully grew one over here in a pot. I'm so surprised. And I put a bunch of seeds in here, but only one came up, and it's doing fantastic. So I'm going to leave it right there. Whatever I'm doing, whatever's happening here, it's doing great right there. So I'm going to leave it there. And I'm trying to grow more papaya seedlings. I mean, I look like a crazy person, but I had a hard time growing them, and I have to grow them. I have to be successful at it. So here's the new second concrete garden bed, and same thing, added new soil, added some new seedlings, some brassicas right there coming up. It's been about a week and a half. Some peas, because they grow well in the colder weather. I'm going to try to propagate more of the what is that, ashitaba, and I had some mint growing there. I threw a cilantro in the ground, some green onions, some nastutriums should be coming up here. Left the basil plant there, the purple basil, and pineapple, mint or salvia. And this melon never came to fruition, this melon plant here. So I just kind of left it there. If it makes it, it makes it. If not, no big deal.